Okay, so part two. It's 2:09 in the afternoon, October 31st, 2021. It's hot as hell. That's been September, and October has been the hottest I can remember. I've been here in the United States for more than 3 decades. So while I was listening to the other side of the world. It was like, China was drowning during the summer. They had extreme hot weather over there in the east and all this stuff. So they're switching tactics. So like I say, I had a crazy evening trying to record the audio from Dr. Clark. They had a marathon last night on Tab Videos. It's like, just listen to a little bit of, it's just like, I was able to sleep like in 2 hours, and I was like, oh, I'm still recording, and like I say, I ended up recording, live streaming on my African Facebook for 7 hours, or 8 hours actually, 8 hours, because it only allow you to, and it was a 10-hour marathon, and they didn't delete it this time, so I did all that for nothing. So, but next time, I think I'm gonna get better sound if I do it like through here. I gotta find a way. Maybe when I get my phone, because I reported the Obama phone, and they're gonna send me a new one. I'm gonna put it from this speaker, and I'm gonna get a much better sound, I think. Um, we'll see. I mean, he was dropping a lot of information.
All of us have to react to.
Oh gosh, are you serious? What the hell is wrong with you? The sound go off when I turn it off?
Each one of us react by.
Yeah, the sound go off when I turn it off. Stupid Apple.
Given that condition.
They don't give you nothing free. Right?
My main
You gotta
point here
pay, or I
is
guess,
that
for YouTube
many
to
of
wanna
us should get into this dialogue
multitask.
of monthly, 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 all of them are bad.
The sound is so horrible. Still,
But each one of us has to deal with a given situation. And all of the situations were bad. And all of the situations were humiliating. And none of the great masters were kind.
Oh gosh. So, let me see if I can if I can do something about the sound. I don't know, but this is just for music. Let me put it for vocal boost. But I don't know. I never really did it like this. So.
None of them favored one over the other. And understand that the slave ship did not bring any Black Americans or any Caribbean out of Africa, but only African people. And all of them had to become what the system made them become. And so we have to understand that all of us belong to a collective African family originally. Subsequently, we are going to have to go back home and make some kind of contribution to African life.
Oh gosh, I touched this thing. Right on the tongue. Okay, now it's supposed to be.
The different reasons, and we haven't done it with the difference. We've dealt with it fully, and we've dealt with it hypocritically, and both sides of misinterpreted television. All of us have to react to.
I'm gonna try to download it as an MP4. And I put it on my iPad, so it's like save me a lot of battery like this because I cannot even turn it off. What I can do is the light, turn the light out.
Irrespective Playmaster or present. In each one of us, we acted and survived as best we could, given that condition. My main point here is that none of us should get into this dialogue of my slave masters, better than your slave master, even all of them are bad. But each one of us has to deal with a given situation.
Kyle, now it's switching to music. That shit crazy.
In all of the situations that in all of the situations humiliating. In none of the slave masters were kind. In none of them did us any favor. None of them favored one over the other. And understand that the slave ship did not bring any Black Americans or any Caribbeans out of Africa. But only African people.
I'm gonna try another one because let me fast forward, see like if I got any better sound. This is bullshit, you know why?
For different reasons. And you haven't dealt with the victim. You've dealt with it fully, and you've dealt with it hypocritically, and both sides have misinterpreted it terribly. All of us have to react to a respective slave master or oppressor. In each one of us, we acted and survived as best we could, given that condition. My main point here is that none of us should get into this dialogue of my slave master is better than your slave master, even all of them are bad.
It's gonna be like an
Each
experience.
one of us has to deal with a given
Upload it to see
situation.
if it's actually understandable.
In all of the situations were bad. In all of the situations were humiliating. In none of the slave masters were kind. In none of them did us any favor. None of them favored one over the other. And understand that the slave ship did not bring any Black Americans or any Caribbeans out of Africa. But only African people. And all of them had to become what the system made them become. And so we have to understand that all of us belong to a collective African family originally. Subsequently, we are going to have to go back home and make some kind of contribution to Africans in Africa. All right, that's not my thing.
So it's like you can see like the hypocrisy because I mean like today is Somalia, the kingdom of Punt, the old kingdom of Punt. Today is Somalia, and I don't know what other areas. It was very huge. That's where Christianity was born. Whatever, there was Christians, and they were still targeted because of their wealth, so the gold and everything they have.
That's not the subject for tonight, but it is the subject that we cannot avoid. Now, why the emphasis on Africa and the rise of Christianity. And I'll tell you how I came to the subject. this way. Because I learned to read very early, because I wanted to teach Sunday school in a Baptist church, all the literature concerning the religion of the world. I saw that Africa was the basis of all the three major world religions. And I want to look at
Yeah. Like I heard that segment, but they cut it off. So I think, last night I was able to listen to the whole lecture. So they just put like half an hour, sometimes 1 hour of the lecture.
that for most of the existence of the world, for most of the time, man has been functioning in the world. There was no such place as Europe. Now, we're looking at civilizations that existed before the creation of a place in Northern Asia called Europe. That is not a continent. What you have to understand is the impact of the glacial age. And the glacial age hit Europe. For most of the existence of these early civilizations, Europe was an ice cap. It was uninhabited. It was only after the melting of this ice that people could go into Europe and form a civilization or a way of life. And these first people were African people. Now, you're wondering, how did they become white? Well, it's a longer story that we can tell. But nature endows man and woman with the covering they need by nature took them down.
Sorry.
And nature subtracts from man and woman things that they do not need in the climate and in the environment when nature took them down or where they choose to go. All right, now. Christianity
The board is broken because there's a lot to chew it
out of African humanistic values and social thought. These humanistic values and social thought was old in Africa and remained in Africa for thousands of years before someone gave the religion a name. In other words, there was probably more Christianity before someone decided that it should have a name and they put a name on it. Now this is reflected in a lot of literature, some written by our own writer, John Jackson's Pagan Origins of the Christ Myth. He traces the concept of Christ in 26 civilizations, all 1,000 miles apart, with never man, God, and civilization, in another country, the African origins of Christianity, and with new words. Only out a few months ago, Christianity before Christ. Now, the unfortunate thing about a book like Christianity Before Christ is that a lot of people will read the title, be intrigued with the title, and little afraid to read the book. And yet, he has treated the subject with great delicacy and with great respect. All he has done is to point out that all of the elements that ultimately went into the making of Christianity existed in Africa before Christ, and someone came along and a set of circumstances create man, formalize those elements and give it a name. Now that is not.
I don't know if you heard that. Dominic Coon saying that all Jamaicans are crazy. What a nerve. What a nerve, something happened. I guess he saw some rival or something. It was on the date. Damn, they had so much food. The whole table full of like garbage. It's garbage. There's like there's only one of the three tables over there is full, is taken. We like to sit next to it.
Disrespectful of the religion at all. It is a tracing of the origin of the religion to African sources, Nile Valley sources, mainland Ethiopia, and the nations in the Nile Valley. We're not emphasizing Egypt alone, because Egypt alone was not the producer of this great civilization. A complex of nations in the Nile Valley produced this civilization and produced the religion. The concept of worship and the concept of a single God first appeared in Ethiopia. But the formalization of the concept was later appear in Egypt during the period of Akhenaten. All right, now, my point is that in looking at the religion, we have to look at the history at the same time. And we have to look at some of the literature around it, especially John Jackson's work, Ethiopia and the Origin of Civilization, and the pagan origins of the Christ myth, and other works, including the later work on the African origins of Christianity. It shows also how this religion spread to India, spread to other parts of the world, and took on different names. And these deities appeared under other guises. All right, now, the formalization of these religions, of this religion,
it was not gonna come out, sorry.
And this religion functioning side by side with other religions brought no conflict at this time in history, none of the conflict that we see today. You see it first taking shape in Ethiopia and moving down the Nile. In the fortunate circumstance of its birth and its development, before someone gave it a name, because there was no pressure or agitation about it in this setting. There was no Asian, there was no European, and the Africans wasn't fighting over it, and they granted each other the choice of choosing one aspect of it than another. But the Africans had already begun to develop the main aspect that was to go into their spiritual life. An aspect that still goes into African spiritual life. If you visit the villages, you will not see it in the cities, but you will see it today in the villages. And that is bringing life in harmony with nature. And when we look at life today in the Western world is out of harmony with nature.
Thank you.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense for one man to have enough bread to feed a multitude and to hold up the multitude. It makes no sense. There's a lack of balance. But Africa had a society where each man gave and each man had according to his needs. Now this was a form of social living that predates the concept of socialism. This is what Karl Marx misunderstood, and this is what the Marxists still misunderstood, and this is what they stupidly call primitive science. Because it was advanced. It was advanced, and it was distant. Because they said religion is the opium of the people, they can't deal with the fact that these early societies in that spirituality was a total thing. And religion wasn't the opium of the people. Religion was part of the totality of the society. And part of the day-by-day spirituality of the society. And it determined everything. It was only in the emptiness of Europe. It was only under feudalism. It was only in the misuse of the child. It was only in this regard, the hustlerism of the European church, that they turned it into the opium of the people. But religion was never intended to be the opium of the people. And this is why the Europeans have no understanding of the non-European mind, of the non-European spirituality. These early religions were not hurriedly brought into being or hurriedly changed. They stayed intact for years. So the basic thing about this religion was to create balance in society, and a respect for the law of opposites. If you had a God, you had to have a balance. Here you had the first female equality. Here you have the first female God of Israel. Charles Papa is the best known of the early gods, because her influence spread to India, and the concept of the sacred cow started from the worship of Hathor.
Okay, so I know what part is. I'll
But
start
the
reading.